everyone, welcome to Sober. This is your girl Rami, and before I get started for today's topic, I just wanted to thank you all for tuning in, for watching, for liking, and for subscribing. So, with that being said, please like, share, and subscribe. And today's topic is going to be on conversational starters. So, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and she's telling me how she thinks I'm good with people. Like when I go to an event, I can talk to people. It just comes natural to me. Versus her, she doesn't really talk to people. And I was like, yeah, maybe it's because she just don't like people. And she just looked at me. She's like, well, I know I don't. I said, yeah, but and she said, she thinks that I am very good at that. And I'm like, no. I don't know if I am. She's like, girl. I said, girl, no. I think if we go to a party where they're mostly like, if they're Africans or Cameroonians or people I know, yes, I'm gonna talk, But if I go to a place where I really don't know people, I'm just gonna be quiet. And she's like, Rami, really, really, girl. So you're telling me if you and I go to a party, to a place where we don't know anybody, you're not gonna talk to somebody else? I said, well, I think it depends. In all fairness, I think it depends on the people, right? On the person or the party or the area. You know what I mean? I hope you know what I mean. So, but she's like, girl, but if you go to a place, you're bound to talk to somebody before I will talk to somebody. I was like, yeah, that's true. So, how do you start a conversation? Hey, I'm here to tell you, crack a joke. No, don't do that. If you're not good at jokes, please don't. But anyway, all of this boils down to personality types, right? She's an introvert and I'm an extrovert. Extroverts who are talkative, we're lively, we like to hang around people, we thrive on people, like we just like to be with people. We like to talk about our problems, versus introverts they're shy, they're quiet, they're calm. They honestly, I feel like introverts, you even see these memes online. There are people who, when they find that dealing with people, it's a lot for them, that when they come into their house is like, they don't want to be bothered anymore. It's the sense of relief for them. Like, I don't have to deal with the outside world anymore. I love to be by myself. Versus us introverts, we're like, nope, life of the party. We want to just keep doing whatever we want to do. And so anyway, for tips on conversational starters for me, I would say, let's start with an event, for example. Number one, an event. If you go to an event and you're, let's say, late or early, whatever time you get there, and then you don't know anybody, you can sit next to somebody else or stand next to them and say, hey, when did this event start? How long have you been here? That definitely starts a conversation. And let's be honest, because us Africans, we already know events start at 3 hours later, 2 hours later, 3 hours later. So that's always a good conversation starter. Like, hey, when did you come? What time did you get here? Oh, but the event said it was starting at so and so time, but you're here early. Like, girl, what have you been doing here? I think that always strikes a good conversation into other areas. The other thing that you can also talk about is jobs. Your work. What do you do? Do you like what you do? For how long have you worked there? I think that it's also a good back and forth with the next person. And yeah, and that's how you can start a conversation that way. And then for us women, we talk about our hair. Hey, I love your hair. I love your nails. I love your dress. Oh, you're wearing that dress, Oh, I love your shoes. Oh my God, I saw the shoes. Oh, the bag. Oh, the jewelry. Something. I love your makeup. Yeah, that too. So I think you can always do that. And then with men talk about sports, they talk about stock market. Men, finances, cars, those are their things that I feel like they can get into and talk about. Versus us women, we talk about makeup and all that stuff. Those are easy things to talk about, to kind of build some kind of conversation. So to me, those are my own conversational starter tips that I think that you guys can implement in your lives if you're finding it hard to talk to people or go somewhere. For me, sometimes it's true that I'm outgoing and everything, but it's not everywhere that I go and I talk. But I also know that if you go like to a work event, it's always good to network. Even at a party that is not even a work event, you just never know who's gonna help you somewhere, somehow. So, but it's, I think we're so stuck on our phones these days that we're always texting people that we can go to an event and miss out on an opportunity to even talk to one person or make an acquaintance. You just never know. So I hope that, I give you guys some tips, depending on the event. You ask what time it started and you can talk about that. You can ask about someone's job or work, what they do. You can talk about, for us women, we can talk about clothes, we can talk about shoes, hair. For men, they can talk about sports, and all of these always segue into something else. So please guys, when you go out there, just don't be shy. For my introverts, it's okay, don't be shy. Just be a little open to just have a little conversation. You just never know. And to be honest though, if you do go to a party or somewhere and you're talking to someone and you're trying to make conversation and they're not trying to be responsive, it's okay, leave them there. I think that sometimes you find somebody in a bad space or they don't feel like talking to people, and that's okay. You can just let them be and you go somewhere else. And so those were my tips for today. So I hope that it would help you tomorrow or wherever you go for some kind of event and you need to start a conversation with somebody. And please let me know in the comment section. Let me know what your own conversational starter tips are for other people who are watching. And I want to just thank you guys for watching my channel and watching today's video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys, have a good one.